life-saving solutions to unplanned pregnancy in the Jewish community. The foundation provides education about the development, viability, and sanctity of unborn life, as well as traditional Jewish law regarding abortion. In addition to providing adoption and pregnancy care referrals, they provide support to Jewish women and men who suffer after abortion. Unaffiliated with any Jewish denomination, political organization, or the messianic movement, the foundation inspires Jews to welcome preborn Jewish children into the inclusive movement of modern Jewish life and religion. We have collaborated with Cecily over the years, even inviting her to do presentations with us at our town hall meeting in Pittsburgh. During a recent interview that she did on a podcast for another organization, which I just happened to listen to online not too long ago, Cecily related to the host that, and I quote, "A wonderful gentleman from the Pennsylvania Pro-Life Federation who was mentoring me told me that every audience that I address, I need to be aware that some of them have had abortions, and I have never forgotten that." Cecily, I never asked you to confirm who that gentleman was that you were talking about, but I seem to remember that conversation somewhere along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pennsylvania Pro-Life Federation proudly presents Cecily Routman with the distinguished 2022 Pennsylvania Pro-Life Leadership Award. Cecily.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I couldn't have imagined in a million years that I would be standing up here amongst so many wonderful friends and supporters of what we're trying to do at our foundation. But I want to thank Susan and Michael so much for offering to give me this leadership award. I'm very humbled to accept it tonight in a room full of pro-life advocates who've been doing this work much longer than me. Thank you very, very much, both of you. Appreciate it. When Michael called me earlier this year to tell me that the board of directors had chosen me for this award, I asked him what in the world possessed them to do such a thing. And he said that the board of directors thought I was doing a great job considering the challenge that I had, which was that most of my people are against the work that I do. And what I like to say about that is that, of course, it's such a huge challenge that I am not up to the task. So the real leadership is given to God, and He leads me and I follow. And that's how anything gets done. And I must express my gratitude for the help and encouragement that the Federation has given me since before I started the Jewish Pro-Life Foundation. In 2005, I was listening to a National Public Radio broadcast. They were having a show about the review of the partial birth abortion ban at the Supreme Court. And a Jewish woman was on that show, and she was insisting that she had a religious and a civil right to a partial birth abortion. Now, I knew nothing about the pro-life work or abortion issues at that time, but that did not sound kosher to me. And so I set about educating myself, and that's when I learned about the Pennsylvania Pro-Life Federation. I joined one of the local area chapters, one of the Pennsylvanians for Human Life chapter, and that's where I met Bryce McMinn. And Bryce was that gentleman who educated me and mentored me and supported me and always told me to remember that whenever I spoke, I was speaking to people that had abortion experiences, and to always be empathetic and kind and never to judge anybody. I really believe that the abortion industry sets a trap for vulnerable parents. And if we don't have moral and encouragement and strong support, we just fall into that trap. So Bryce, pointed the way, and he encouraged me to attend workshops and seminars at the Federation, and I found such a welcoming home there. And then I got started with our work. I remember thinking at the time, Bryce had told me that he was so excited to meet a Jewish woman who was interested in the pro-life movement because they had been praying for a Jewish pro-life activist to step up. And I remember thinking, this is a setup. Because I never in my mind thought that I would be doing this work, but obviously this is what happens when we turn our will over to God's will. He puts our life on a different trajectory. We've been busy recently. I've been reaching out to National Right to Life affiliates at the state level, offering them educational materials, videos of rabbis and Jewish pro-life people sharing why they are pro-life and that Judaism is the original pro-life religion. And I'm doing this to help them fight pro-abortion Jewish legal challenges to pro-life laws. It's the least I can do to try to remediate the damage that's being done at the state levels now. Next year, we're planning, if it's God's will, to bring our work to Israel, to start to ignite, a pro-life grassroots movement there. In Israel, abortion is normative, it's unquestioned, it's very liberal policy there. Most of it's government funded without limits. The sanctuary state for Jews does not include those in the womb. And it bothers me. I was just mentioning to Candy, a lot of things about this abortion business bother me, and I get up every morning and I ask God, what should I do about it today? How can I use my voice? So I keep working at it, and I want to also, before I close, make mention of my husband, Tom. Without his help, I never would have gotten started, and I never would be here tonight. So please give him some applause, because he's been really instrumental. And just to close, I'm so grateful for all the support and help from the Federation. Now they've given me this award to encourage me further, and I pray that as we move forward into the work in Israel and to helping the pro-life cause in America, that we merit your confidence in us. We'll keep moving forward under the grace and mercy of a loving God. And thank you very much.